Hello Tabbers, my name is Mark. Welcome to my 2015 Tab Maxxis trailer. Got another upgrade for you today. A Jensen TV. Sometimes my wife and I, when after a long day of camping and hiking, it's nice to unwind. We like to watch a DVD, and that Jensen unit works pretty good for us, with this exception. This TV has, in this model year, has a weird little tie down. It's basically a strap, you know, with a typical clip on it. But if you look at how they've mounted this, it comes on an articulated arm like that. And let me tighten it down so you can see what's going on. First thing I hate is I hate the way these cables are. They're all stretched and stuff. But if you look, my wife and I, we don't like climbing over one another in the night. So we've got twin beds set up. My wife sleeps over there and I sleep over here. But if you look at this TV, let me tighten this down a little bit. That's all the farther that this TV can turn. So when my head is here, let me show you what this looks like. Look at that. I can barely see that TV. So what I want to do is I'm going to modify that mount so that TV can come out twice as far and turn more like this and turn down to us so that it'll be facing both of us, because right now I'm at an angle that I basically can't see much of that TV at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to make modifications to that mount, and this TV will come out from the wall farther and turn like that to us better, and also tip down. Let me show you what's going on in the back. So you can see the mount that they've got. They've got a wood block here. All the wires go down below, just like that. And they've got an arm here that's about, it's about 3.5 inches over here. That'll make that angle a lot better. This guy, where he's hitting here see that he hits? You can see where he hits right there. The other thing I'm going to do is, if you look, this TV can't turn down enough. But you see where the frame is hitting? See that? Right. That's hard. I need about 6 hands to do this. But you see where that mount is? See how that hits when I turn that TV down? Like that. So I'm going to mount this pivot on the bottom so that this guy can turn as low as we want it and lengthen this out. So let's get at it. Okay, so first thing you need to do is take off all the cables. They're all color coded, so you're good to go. Take the power cable off, and there's a little pin here. See that? You push that back and this guy will lift out. So let's go ahead and do that. I push that pin back, and now this TV and its bracket and everything come out in one unit. So now you can see what I'm back inside. It's cooler to work in here than out in the hot trailer. This is just to document how the articulated arm works now, how it's mounted, so I can get it back to the way it was. What I'm thinking about doing is, instead of extending this arm to move the whole TV over this way, I'm going to move these mounts over over here. So instead of this arm being mounted in the center of the TV, it'll be mounted on the edge of the TV. Let me show you what that's going to do. When this TV wants to turn, remember I need to get this TV to do more that, right? But you can see as this edge of the TV moves out, this edge of the TV has to move back. And that's a problem because down at that corner where my thumb is, that hits the curtain area. So if I were to move this whole assembly this direction, instead of doing this, it would do this. That will give me all the angle that I need. Instead of going like this, it will go like this, and that should allow me to angle out just like I need to do. So I'm going to work up a little bit of a mock-up here, and we'll go do some experimenting. Okay, also want to demonstrate where you can see it. The reason this TV can't tip down far enough is that it's right there. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to re-articulate this in a different direction. I'm going to put that joint on top like that, so that now you can see it can tip down just as far as it wants. I can't point it up any, and that's fine because no one's on the ceiling watching TV. So if I articulate this up as opposed to down, then I won't have that problem. So mounting it like this will solve my problem with up and down, and moving this whole thing over here will solve my problem of out. So what I'm going to do is, you see how if I move it over just a few inches, these are the screws that hold that, I can put one set of screws right in that. This end out here is free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two pieces of steel this long, one here and one here. And this piece of steel will be drilled here, here, and here. The steel will be bolted. The steel will be bolted down to the TV, and this will be bolted to the steel. Very, very easy way to deal with this. I think that'll solve both of our issues at once. Let's get at it. Okay, so I've disassembled this. It's pretty easy. It takes an Allen wrench and a Phillips screwdriver. That's all the tools you need. I've disassembled this and reassembled it, and I'm just going to show it to you so you can, if you want to do it this way, you can. You can see that I've flipped this over and moved this from the top. It was up here. I moved it to the bottom. It's no big deal. That's what your assembly should look like when it's done. So now I'm going to go out and make those two pieces of steel so I can get this mounted up. Okay, these are my new steel supports. That is 3/16 inch thick by 3/4 inch wide by 9 inches long. You need to drill them at 4-inch centers. So 3 holes each, 1, 2, 3, on 4 inches apart and 4 inches apart. One of them needs to be countersunk. You see that? So that when you put these countersunk bolts in, they sit flush. All right, so I'm going to show you how this goes together on the back of the television set, and that should be self-evident. Okay, here's my steel supports that I made. Now you can see why they needed to be a 4 inches on center. The original television set had holes that were 4 inches on center, so I just, by drilling 3 of them in my steel, I'm able to move the mount from here 4 inches over. That puts the pivot at the edge here, not in the center. So let's go ahead and mount it, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, excellent. So I have the TV mounted, and if you remember the beginning of this video, I could only tilt it out just a little bit, and so that I couldn't see it when I was laying down on my bed. But watch this now. This is completely awesome. You can now pull this because of where it hinges. Look at that. I don't know if I'm probably too close to it, but Look at how far I can tilt that. There's no problem at all now. Laying down, let me move this camera where my head goes. Look at that. And when I want to tilt it down, you just take this knob and I can put that, look at that, tilted down right at between the two beds. That's it, folks. The only other thing I got to do is, just since this is out here farther, I've got to take these and I got to make little extensions for it. So I'll take a male and a female RCA connector, take 3 of those and hook them out here, and an extender for this RJ59 video cable. Power cable still reaches, no problem. But excellent. So there it is, out. Tip it up and push it in. Tip it up and push it in. I've got to move this strap over, since it's moved this way a little bit, but I don't have any trouble getting to my light switch still for the outside porch light, and that looks actually better. That's in a lot better place than it was before. So that's the end of the video, guys. Hope this gives you ideas if you're also having trouble seeing your TV when you're laying down with your head at that end. See you later. Safe travels.